Welcome to another edition of A Cruise Book at Bedtime, introduced by my good friend Hazel.
Hello, I'm Hazel Griffiths. I'm currently working on board Saga's Spirit of Adventure as the destination speaker. That means I tell our passengers about the ports of call, the things they can do and see in those places, whether they wish to do a ship's excursion or go ashore independently. If you want to know more about that, check out my website, www.hazeljgriffiths.net. I hope you're enjoying A Cruise Book at Bedtime. If you haven't started at the beginning, check it out here.
Chapter 45. Let's have dinner. Georgie, the good news is Auli's fine. The bad news is I'd like to take a rain check on our dinner. Tonight's awkward, I say, waiting for the unknown. Okay. That was too easy. Is she upset? Am I in trouble? Should I say something else? I don't get a chance. Tomorrow. No excuses. It's a formal night, and you'll be in full dress uniform, she says seductively and hangs up. The ship's moving, and I appear to have left Cartagena behind, just as smoothly as I've postponed Georgie. She then appears on the public address system, welcoming people back on board and listing the entertainment this evening. Now I know why I got off so easily. She was about to speak to the ship. I checked the mirror on the way to the door. I might not be in uniform tonight, but everything should be perfect. It's a military thing, and I now respect the ship. As I reach the door, the phone rings. Kieran Phillips, I answer. Even though dinner's off, might you find yourself in my cabin later? It's Georgie. She must have finished talking to the guests. I've no idea where it is, so I would be lost. 9725. Not before 11:30, she says, and the phone goes dead. I wander into the sports bar where Jill has suggested we meet for a pre-dinner drink. Tonight, there is a magician on in the main theatre, and his billing is based around his success on a TV talent show. He sounds amazing, and I like magicians. I like all sleight of hand, whether done by politicians, spin doctors, or my old military superiors. They all make reality disappear, and you learn to love the tricks for what they are, rather than resent them. Thirsty, I uncharacteristically order a beer. One thing I forgot to do during our day out was take in water. I should know better, but in these new surroundings, my guard is dropping. The glass is almost finished before I put it down, and I consider another, although I am not normally a beer man. Jill glides in like a goddess. Her chiffon dress looks like it's been made around her. I smile in approval, then notice it was part chosen because the cut perfectly shows the temptation of the tattoo. As wonderful as this image is, there is just something about her that says friend, not lover. It is a relief that Jill has not arrived with my daughter, because that could become a complication. Would you like a drink while we wait for Auli? Perfect. Gin cocktail, please, she says to the waiter. You look great, I compliment her, but without too much charm, as if I understand how to appeal. The barman elaborately makes her drink, and it hits me that Auli may have planned not to be here and is trying to set me up. There will be 3 of us, won't there? I ask Jill, hiding my panic. She hesitates, and I sense a problem. My brain rushes with an image of us out as a couple and being caught by Georgie. I imagine all kinds of complications, somehow more daunting than a gunman looking for me and his boss's wife. No, she says, not 3. I know I've been tricked. All the years serving king and country behind lines and missing out on a life partner have thrust me into warp speed catch-up. 4, she says. I relax, not 2. Then after a moment of relief, I panic. Georgie? Have she and Georgie been talking? Working out who knows what? Jill's face doesn't give away anything. I look at her searching for an answer. Auli has met someone, and she wants to introduce you to him. There'll be 4 of us, and I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm shocked. And relieved at the same time. What should worry me more, my daughter having a boyfriend, or that she told Jill before me? My glass must have a leak. It's empty, and I'm too embarrassed to order another. Auli enters, looking stunning and dragging a young man with her. I've no idea how to react. None. I've never prepared myself for this moment. Then I realize I know the young man beside her. Chapter 46. The Trickster. Dad, this is Christoph, Auli announces. He's a cadet officer. I wanted to tell you about him, but I hadn't found the right moment. Sir, Christoph says, duly shaking my hand. He's the sailor the crew sent over to steal my notes as they heckled me on the bridge. My poker face must have left me as I look at him accusingly. I'm sorry about yesterday, sir, he apologizes. Auli turns sharply, unaware of his secret. I guess telling Auli might have caused more concern about tonight. Why a sailor? Why not someone from her own department? How did this come about? Do the crew know our connection? I ask. They all know, sir. They knew you didn't know I was seeing E. That is why they chose me. That made it worse. You played it well, Christoph. I remember the torment of my early years. It's nice to meet you. Thank you, sir, he says, and I'm already trying to place his faint accent. I see Auli relax, though she's a little confused. A drink here, or shall we go through, I ask. Let's go to dinner, she suggests, indicating for Jill and me to lead the way. Jill takes my arm. He seems nice, she whispers. Behind, I hear Auli asking him what we were talking about. Le Jardin de Palermo is different from the Asian restaurant. It's lighter. The tables and chairs are green, posing as garden furniture. The design, from the prints on the walls down to the napkins, reflect Italy. The waiter introduces himself briefly, as the mix is more complex tonight. Yesterday's waiters put on a show for Jill and me, but tonight, as four, our unit is not looking for outside distractions. Do you think the fish is fresh? Jill asks. There is only one way to know a fish is fresh, Auli offers. She holds our inquisitive stares for the right amount of time. Catch it yourself. Jill and Christoph find her answer amusing. But to Auli, it was a memory, and I notice she's hurt. Auli is an expert fisherman, I explain. My dad taught me to fish. He preached, if you can fish, you will never starve. She pauses. And I didn't. Starve, that is. There is silence. Then she corrects herself. My real dad. Not that you're not real. Auli hugs my arm. Happy to be in second place. And as concerned you're all grown up and have a boyfriend, as I'm sure your father would be. He'd find my new life a challenge, but I know he'd understand. I'd like to have known him. I'd like to have met both her parents. They raised a special girl. She rarely speaks much of the past, but tonight she has a suitor who wants to know all about her. He would tell tales of the Euphrates, a river so full of fish he'd only have to work half a day. That was before the fishermen got greedy and used dynamite or electric shock to catch the fish in bulk, she says. So I think I'll have fish tonight, for my dad. Me too, Jill says. Although some fishermen used poisons, lanate, or chlorine powders, which killed the fish, making them float on the top. If you ate those fish, you'd be ill. Maybe I won't have the fish. Christoph joins the conversation. How can you tell when a fish has been poisoned? They turn blue, Auli says. Where are you from, Christoph? I ask. Bulgaria, sir. The lads call me Uncle. They think it's hilarious. Uncle. I'm distracted, noticing Hunter on the other side of the ship with a female officer. They're both dressed in officer whites, but look too close to be just colleagues. Le Jardin de Palermo fills the space surrounding one loop of the atrium on deck 8. He must be almost 100 feet away, directly across the beam from me. His partner has her back to me. Is it his wife? Didn't he imply he was single? Seeing them in the distance is making me uneasy. Is it that he's not watching over the ship and keeping us all safe? Me neither. I didn't get it. Dad? Get what? It feels like I've been adrift for hours looking across at my partner in crime. I force my attention back to their conversation. Uncle Bulgaria, apparently he's a wonbo, explains Christoph. Yes, of course. Adopt it, own it, and they'll soon get bored. Uncle's a good nickname. I'm Uncle, Christoph smiles. He's smart. I like that. But I'm distracted by Hunter. I need to speak to him. I'm sure he said he was single, and it doesn't look like that. He might be able to keep quiet about nearly $7 million each, but can she? Jill has noticed I'm distracted. She's looking around the circular balcony to try and see what is stealing my attention. You had that serious look in the tribal village. She's beginning to read me too well. The waiter rescues me by taking the food orders and comes to me last. I'll have the chicken romaine, and I'll get salad to start. Sir, please help yourself, he says, leaving. The salad buffet will get me to the other side of the ship and closer to Hunter and his mystery lady. But they're leaving. I need to move quickly towards the food before he goes. But we're on opposite sides of the circular balcony, and a drop is between us. There is no way I can catch him. His arm is around her waist, and they've both got their backs to me as they head in the other direction towards the sports bar beyond. My blood runs cold. It's her hair. I recognize her hair. Surely. It can't be the woman from the airport. The wife of El Rey.